We're here today with Chantoni Grant, Esports Director at North Carolina Wesleyan University. He's here to add value for international students. So thank you so much for your time
No
and
problem.
being.
Thank you for having me.
So, Coach, before delving into the interview and talking about your esports program, can you talk about like your journey into becoming the esports director in North Carolina Wesleyan University?
Yeah, of course. So I'm gonna make this long story short, or try to at least. But my senior year in college, I was here at North Carolina Wesleyan University, and I was with two of my mentors, and they asked like, "Hey, what you gonna do when you graduate?" and things like that. I said, "I want to be, athletic director," and they all laughed at me, and I was like, "What?" Like I felt offended. Like, what are you laughing for? And it was like, your resume does not even scream athletic director. There was like, you could get an entry level job anywhere, but you athletic director, like you got to be like bringing in money, sustaining the program, basically being a owner of your own business, right? And things like that. And you don't have that. And then I was sitting there like, wow, like all my, I guess, hard work, I was working harder in a different area versus what I wanted to do. So one of my mentors was like, bro, what do you want to do? Like, you play video games, right? You should start like a gaming club. I was like, no, I'm not doing that, right? So, it took like a 2 second convincing, and I was like, all right, I'll do it. So I did it. I had to change up my whole act because I was a goofball, had to wear a polo t-shirt, you know, dress business casual my senior year, and we hit the ground running. We didn't have a space at the time, so we held events. And then I had a perk because I was the president's intern. So, I used to just tell him, like, this is what I want to do, boom, boom, boom. He was like, okay, okay. And he was all for it. I ain't gonna lie to you. He was definitely all for it. And he definitely supported me on building the foundation. And then we became the largest club. We had over like 136 members in the span of like 3 months. So we became the largest club on campus, and it was airplanes to the moon at that point. So second semester, which is January, we came back. They gave us our own little small space with all Dell computers, right? And then we had console players, so we brought our consoles. Fast forward a little bit, when I graduated, I went to Full Sail University for my master's degree. Um, you know, Dr. Duff asked what I was going to be doing, my plans. I told him it was COVID, so I'm going home, going to get a master's degree while the world shut down. And then I went and got a master's degree, and ultimately, when I graduated, I was still working with the organization when I was in my master's program, and he offered me the position to come back and be the director of esports at North Carolina Wesleyan University. So it's like, an investment, you could come back to finish what you start type deal.
That's great. That's a great story, and then you got your objective, becoming a esports director. That's great. And like, how would you, from when you started your community till now, like, how would you describe your community? Like in, let's say, in 3 words or in 4 words. Like, how would you describe it?
Oh, bringing swag back to esports. I know that's 5 words, but yeah, that's our whole thing. We got swagger. We're bringing swagger back to esports, man. The style, the way we carry ourselves. Um, and I'll tell you, my players don't even look like nerds. Like we all look like um we were just bringing swag, man. It's definitely the swag, it's the culture, the way you carry yourself. We demand respect. You would definitely see that with us. Like we're not going around getting bullied. No, we're looking at people like we just as equal as the football players, the basketball players. Like we're here. So it's definitely a tight community, and a lot of people want to be a part of it. But I told my people we all we got. So this is our community. So we definitely take care of that, man. It's a great
That's
culture.
that's right. And in your community, is it like also like your presence in your program, but is it also like in the community, for example, on Discord, what platforms? Is it like incoming students, the parents? Like, what composes your community in general?
Yes, the parents, the students, their teachers, their aunties, their unborn baby, everybody. I told when we have events, I tell them bring all the kids, bring all the family, bring everybody. Because that's how I am. I'm a family people person, so I tell them bring everybody, and we'll have fun. And some of the parents don't want to leave. I look at them like, hey, you don't got to leave. You could just enroll here, but and things like that. So it's definitely even out to the YMCA's, the Boys and Girls Clubs, little small shops that have video games and card collections. We invite them out to our MegaCon because we have a MegaCon. The GameStop, we invite them all out there, man. They all love it here. So yeah, that's our community, man. The whole city.
That's great. And just like for those, let's put it as an example, incoming freshmen, for those students that are in their first year and like they have their academics, going to class, practice, and competition, and they want to do a million things, and then they get overwhelmed. Like, how would you guide them into having like time management to handle both things at the same time?
So when income students first come here, we got like a big brother, big sister program, right? So one of the upperclassmen would take one of the incoming freshmen and it's like kind of like mentor them, like, hey, let me see your schedule. This is what you got. Hey man, your first year, see what you like to do, but focus on your education, esports, make sure your grades don't drop. But then your second year or second semester, you be able to see if you'll be able to tack on another activity because when you first come in, you don't really know how it's going to be, right? And what you don't want to do is, like you said, overwhelm yourself when you first come in and doing all these activities. Now you got to cut things. It's easier to add things than to cut things because once you give someone your commitment, they expect you to be there. So that's the first thing I always tell people. Like the first semester, hey, see how your schedule is, and then how can you excel within that. And then when you want to add something else, just add something the next semester.
That's great. That's very great. And so, what I mentioned about uh, like overflow and stuff, like how do you also like ensure in the case that like a student is struggling with academic maybe, okay, what how would you guide them? Would you cut practice, or would you do more study hours? Like what would be the process if for the student to focus on his academics if
So
you
all incoming freshmen or incoming transfer automatically got study hall for the first 6 months, right?
okay.
So within the first 6 months, that we'll be able to gauge if you're able to actually do the work. I know all the professors here, so we do offer free professional tutoring. So the professors will literally come that teach you to help you and tutor you so you won't fail. And then we also have the tutoring center, which is the writing lab, math lab, and also people that do other, like criminal justice and things like that there as well. So we always have someone there. Study hall is like an hour and a half. We're not going to take up too much of your time, but I want to make sure that you graduate. That's the number one goal, and to help you become a better person for where you come in. So I tell people, hey, if you get a 3.0 this semester, I don't have to see you no more. Right? I ain't got. Hey, you don't got to be in study hall. I'll just see you in practice. I'll just see you playing the game and all that. But I need to. It's basically a commitment. I need to know that you're able to do the work and have good time management with that. So
Great. And you mentioned time management and stuff like, but like, what is like the top skills that you want to develop in students so when they graduate and into the workforce, they have them and it's going to give them that competitive advantage, like
um, the
what are
number one
those?
number one skill level I want to develop in the students is definitely communication, because within communication, and there's a pro and con to it. There's con artists and scammers that use communication and get money, right? So and there's also good people that are effective communicators. So definitely the initial approach is communication and also confidence. The second thing is confidence, because confidence is nothing but saying something you can do, right? So if you're confident that you're gonna make the shot, you're gonna be like, I can do it and shoot it, right? And make the shot. So definitely communication, definitely confidence are the two key things. Um, the two key things I want people when they leave my program to have. The third thing is also understanding. because you have to understand the situation, right? So, say if you get a job at a school that's about to shut down and you're about to get fired, you need to know why you're about to get fired, not because you're a bad worker, but you chose to go in a position that you're possibly liable to get fired because the school is shutting down, right? So, definitely communication, confidence, and understanding of the situation. So, those are the three things I would like my students to leave my program and have a great understanding of in the workforce.
That's right. And for the students that may have that competitive talent, but also want to develop skills in like other areas like content creation, graphic design, production, etc. Or do you offer like student positions for them to take them and develop the program further?
Yes, we do have, as we spoke earlier with Nadine LaRue, she's the director of our esports production. We do offer that. So we got content creation, graphic designing, oh well, iPads, iMac, Elgato equipment, streaming equipment. So we got all the tools and resources to help people who actually like content creation to excel in that nature. We also have a TV show, podcast, and one more thing. Oh, and streamers, of course. Sorry, and streamers. I'm a content creator myself, so I know the aspect of how to content create, edit it, and do things like that. So we definitely got the tools and resources for any student that looks to explore those avenues.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, building a personal brand from from the beginning is like can open a lot of doors, especially when you graduate. And a lot of companies now are looking at how much impact you can make, how many followers you can make. So and also like the value you add. So that's really amazing that you have like all this podcast streaming services for students to develop the skills. And also, what other like aspects of like does the school or the esports program offer internships outside with other companies, maybe in the esports industry or maybe outside in the esports industry, whatever the students are getting their degree in.
Yes, we do offer internships. We have a actually career center that literally helped me got my internship with the president. But we definitely have that. You could actually intern for the esports team if you would like to do so. So we definitely, like I said, we have a dedicated facility for that. They'll help you build your resume, help you with job search, help you cater what tailor your resume to what type of job you want. So we definitely have services like that, and I tell people to take full advantage of that. A couple of my players, soon they hit their junior year, they all of us, we well not all of us, sorry, all of them, we take them there and they get their resumes done, and also look for internships because usually not all the time, but during your junior year is where you're looking for internships and things like that. So we do that for all our juniors and seniors here for my
That's
program. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And what would you say is like the ratio of like students that want to get in the gaming or esports industry and those students that just want to graduate and go and work in the degree they studied non-related to gaming or esports?
In my program.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Oh, oof. I've been waiting to have one that want to go in the esports industry, but sadly, I haven't had any. Usually, the kids that I have usually wants to be like, oh, I want to be an engineer. Okay, well, all right, go be an engineer, right? Doctors. I actually have history people, right? Crazy, math, accounting, and CIS, which is computer information science people. So not right now. I haven't had a person that wants to go in the esports industry, but if they do, just know I got some, I got some people behind my sleeve. But I and all my students know, like, hey, if you want to go in the esports industry, just let me know. And they're like, I'm good, coach. I was like, all right, but just let me know. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, as of right now, none sadly. But hey, if any of you international people want to come to esports industry, call me. You know what I'm saying? Just call me. So yeah.
That's great. And can you tell a bit about your like the facilities, the infrastructure? you have, because that's usually what the students also are interested about.
Okay, so we used to have 10 um, Dell Alienware 240 hertz monitors, and computers i7, and everything, like, so Bluetooth, mouse, headphones, Alienware. We had 10, but we moved four of them upstairs, so we have six downstairs. Yes, what two, five, six downstairs, and we also have PS5s, Xbox Series X, and also Switches. And then upstairs, we got the other amount of computers with IMAX, Elgato, and all the streaming equipment. So I like to keep my production upstairs so we could look down and be able to, okay, yeah, um so yeah, that's what we have in the room. And also in the room, um we I did something cool my senior year with one of my friends. Yeah, I didn't know he was a painter, so I said, hey man, I need you to paint some canvases and put up in the room. And they're actually really good. So all of the paintings and the drawings in both rooms are all from students, and you could draw some too. I mean, I'll hang it up, so I had no problem with it. So
That's great. And for during the year, like apart from the online competitions, do you also take students to in-person tournaments events, or are you planning on doing so?
yes. So last year, sadly, it was in the summertime. I went to the ALGS, um, but students wasn't here, right? So, and this summer, literally on like Friday, I'll be going to the 2K League championship. And one of my players are coming with me because he plays 2K. So yes, it depends on the tournament and where the tournament is, because we're going to go to DC and we're in North Carolina, right? And ALG's last year was in Raleigh, but it was the summertime. So it was like everybody left and they were like, coach, you going? I wish I could go. I said, I know. Just you could come if you come on back to the school. So it was like that.
That's great. That's great. Coach Chantoni, where can people find you or your program on social media?
So you can find me, Two Toxic Tony, all social media platforms. So it's TOOTOXICTONI. That's just me. You can find our program at NCW. NCW, we just switched, so it's probably ncwc.edu, and then you'll click on student activities. You'll scroll down and you'll see the Bishop Gaming Association. But if you want to find us on social media like YouTube, you can find us at NCWBGA on YouTube and all of our social media platforms.
Sounds great. Also, are you a great singer? Because I before the meeting, when you left, I saw you were singing.
Oh, I'm
I
horrible. But hey, but that singing, hey, I'm horrible, but it's gonna happen though. You know what I'm saying? I'm horrible. Definitely horrible. I wish I could sing. I envy all you people that can sing out there. I ain't gonna lie to you. But yeah, but I do sing, even though I can't. So how that goes. Yeah. Can you sing?
Okay. Yeah. Okay, Shantoni, thank you so much for your time, and we'll stay in touch. Thanks for adding value to those students.
That's no problem, man. Thank you for having me.